May 26, 2012, Hyma made a significant decision in her life to do something about taking India to the next step. She decided to come here, get into politics, do the dirty fights, get on the street, do whatever it takes to change our politics. On December 8, 2013, some coward came and attacked her when she was going about her business here in Sanath Nagar. Hyma, what happened? What was the problem here?
We had been fighting for the poor of a basti. They had been living in this area for over 40 years now, and then there is a private person that put a case in the court, and he says that this land belongs to him. And then we stood by the side of the basti people, and we had been fighting the case. And then they kind of recognized us as leaders, and then under our guidance they are sitting for 22. This is the 23rd day of Nirahar. So we think that people, the other side thought of us as interferers, and they wanted to intimidate us.
There are so many issues you could take up. You could take up roads, you could take up water or women's security. Why did you want to get involved in fight by slum dwellers? What makes you want to help them and get involved in this kind of thing? You know the risks involved in it.
Right, but that is the most important need. I mean, the basic instinct is to survive. You want to have a land where you can raise your kids. This is the most important necessity. So when the Basti people had been living there for over 3 generations, I thought this is the most basic necessity of any human being. You know, having to have a place to live and then raise their kids. And then I felt that their need was genuine, and it is my responsibility to stand by them. I didn't even think of it as a political strategy or whatever. I thought of it as a need to stand by them, and especially when they had nobody that they could trust at the time. So I thought it was my responsibility, nothing more.
What happened on December 8th evening? What happened? Can you describe?
Yes, I was going to get some cash, draw some cash from an ATM machine. I typically don't go alone, but that day my driver has dropped me, and there was nobody at home, so I had to go alone. And I took my car, small car I-10, and then I started driving, and there was a small stretch of road where there was no lighting, and then a car stopped next to my, a two-wheeler stopped next to my car. And typically I roll down my window because it's typically a well-wisher trying to wish me or talk to me. And then suddenly cold liquid was thrown on my face. I initially thought it was water, but my eyes were burning, and through the corner of my eye I could see the bike speeding away. I realized it was something, it could be something, it could either be acid or some bad liquid. So I immediately called my people, and then I took a U-turn and came back home. And then from there on, we had been trying to fight.
Did that jolt you when that happened, when you realized that it's not water? What did you think?
I was caught off guard. It was more of a panicky situation. Nothing crossed my mind. I just knew that something was not right. And I called up my people, and the Basti people initially, and asked them to come immediately. So they came. They said, "Stay where you are, roll up the windows," and then I knew something was not right. But I knew it was not very bad because I could see, obviously, and I was not in terrible pain. So I know it was not really very bad.
In the moments that immediately followed that, or since that, in the last 24 hours, whatever, what were your thoughts about, what am I doing here? Am I doing the right thing by entering into this space and trying to do these things? Did you have second thoughts about your own ambitions and your commitment to the public service, as it were?
There were 2 things that crossed my mind. One was my family. Immediately when I came back home, I had 2 little kids. And then I realized that while I am chasing my dreams for a better nation, my family will be paying a price, because my husband will be worrying about me every time I don't lift the phone. My mother will be worrying about me. So I realized that in my ambition to chase a dream for a better nation, my family will be paying a price. I felt a little guilty about it. But again, a second thought that crossed was, while I had this many connections, I had some amount of support from Dr. JP and my colleagues. If this is the plight of a politician or an upcoming politician, what would be the plight of the Basti people? And then and the Basti people, they came, they rushed to me, and they said that we'll put our life at stake. We are with you. Then I felt that, Madam, we are with you. We'll make sure nothing happens to you. They'll have to go over us first before they touch you. Next time we'll make sure that we are with you 24/7. We'll make sure nothing happens to you. So they have assured me. Then I realized they have put their personal problem aside and they're now trying to safeguard me. That means look at the love and for the 25 days of work that I have done for them, I've realized the amount of love and affection they have shown me. Then I realized that I have a greater responsibility and probably I will have to pay the price. My family have to pay the price. And then I was talking to my close friend Raghava Solipuram and I was telling him the first problem that I had, the first insecurity that I had, that my family might have to pay a price. Then he said, see, you don't know when you're going to die, right? You might have an accident someday. And then your family will have to pay a price. So don't worry about it, just go ahead and do whatever you have to do. And then, everything will be all right. We have taken up this field and you should not be looking back. You are on the right track. And he says that you should. And we actually talked to each other this morning because we started our journey together, political journey together 4 years back. We decided we'll have to go more aggressive. Now that we have seen how worse the situation of poor people is, we realize that we have to fight even more aggressively. What we are doing is not enough. We need to be more aggressive.
You are such an inspiration because not only have you did whatever you did to enter politics, but you're enduring all of the attacks, all of the physical violence and the old politics, and you're trying to bring in new politics. Do you think India is ready for new politics?
India is absolutely ready. When you really see the people, when you see the slum dwellers and how innocent they are and they believe you so totally. When you tell them new ideas, they are willing to take up the new ideas. When we talk about decentralization, they understand decentralization. When we tell them that you will get 2,000 per head and then you can decentralize, you can make your own mohallas, you can have local governments, they understand it. It's only that the middle and upper middle class should take the baton. They should become the change agents. India is ready.
2 months ago, Suresh Viyamaji got attacked, brutally attacked. He spent a lot of days in the hospital. And 2 days ago, you had this incident. It could have been acid, it could have been a light followed by the petrol. I shudder to think what the consequences could have been. Are these things an indication of the Lok Satta's growing influence in Hyderabad? Does this indicate that the traditional old style muscle politics now are fearing Lok Satta in the city?
Could be because after Aam Aadmi Party has shown its victory in Delhi, it is now showing that ethical politics could be an agenda in mainstream. So it could be a signal for a change. So they could be afraid of new generation politics because this would wipe out the old system of winning elections by just giving out soaps. So it is going to hit the pillars of traditional politics. So it could be a fear factor in the existing traditional political parties. I think that yes, because Lok Sattta so far is only seen as middle and upper middle class party. Once we started going into slums and once people start believing in our ideology, there's no looking back. So I think this will, they are little concerned that we are going into grassroots. We can see it as some intimidation technique.
We've always applauded your courage and conviction and commitment, and this instance just redoubles our commitment to you. On behalf of everyone watching and all of us at Lok Sattta, we applaud your efforts and we wish you more strength to fight this. Anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, we are all one big family. I never thought I'm any different from my PFL family or my Lok Sattta family, and the amount of support that poured in really make me feel like I'm not alone here. So I'm sure I'll get all the support needed from here on.
Thank you, Hyma. Good luck.